What's up everybody? Happy Muns Mondays. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm excited to welcome you into 2018 on the Muns vlog channel. If you're a returning subscriber or returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I appreciate your support and I appreciate that you put up with my crazy shenanigans and actually enjoy watching whatever it is that I come up with on a weekly basis. So if you tuned in last week to my first video of 2018, I talked about wanting to discuss more my love and passion for video games. I actually watched another YouTuber, her name's like Cinnaboni or something like that. I'm gonna throw that out there and mess it up. She's done a video game collection video before, a couple of them actually, and I really thought that was interesting and cool, and she showed you kind of what games she had for a specific console and talked about it and kind of gave a little tidbit of what her opinion was. So I thought it'd be fun to do something like that, and rather than making a whole separate video that I was going to make about the kind of games I like and the kind of games I like to talk about, because that's something that people have been asking me, is what kind of games are you into, what kind of games would you review and talk about. So hopefully this collection video will kind of give you an idea of what I'm into and share a little bit more about me. If you like it, I'm definitely willing to do more, and of course every collection for the most part is still growing. I'm still getting more games. That's not stopping anytime soon. I love it. So I wanted to start off this first beginning of the year with my Ps4 collection. So my PS4 I got like 2 years ago for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It's been one of my favorite consoles that I've ever had, and I just feel like the library of games for it, especially the exclusives, are really awesome. So we'll just kick things off and I'll stop rambling. The first one on the list is Batman Arkham Knight. I got this because my girlfriend gave me a gift card for GameStop, and so that was pretty sweet. For Christmas a couple years ago, actually the Christmas that I got my PS4, and I did beat it, but I didn't end up doing like all the extra missions that you can do, but it's really awesome. And I've played Asylum and City, and so it felt right to finish out the trilogy or whatever you want to call it with Knight, and I really liked it. So if you're a fan of the Bartman, if you're a fan of Batman and you like these games, because Rocksteady does a great job, I definitely recommend this one. Next one is Star Wars Battlefront. I grew up on Battlefront 1 and 2, and I want to say 3, on PS2, and they were amazing, and I absolutely loved it. So when I found out they were making a new series of Battlefront, I absolutely had to get it. So I asked for this for Christmas the first year that I got my PS4, and my mom and dad got it for me. And I played it a decent amount. I wasn't really into it though. I wasn't really feeling it. I know Battlefront 2 just came out, which I do not have, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. It didn't have the same feel that the PS2 games had, so I don't know. Next up is Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. So if there's one thing you know about me, is that I love Final Fantasy. I am a huge Final Fantasy fan. I have so many of the games in the series. I absolutely adore them. I had Final Fantasy XII on the PS2, but I never really got into it for some reason. I can't remember why. I think I had just other games. You know how it goes. You have other games going on and you just don't have the time to put into a JRPG. About the time I was thinking of picking it up again and getting back into it, I found out that they were remastering it for PS4 and that it was going to have it was going to be the international version with the Zodiac job system. So I was like, you know what? I feel like it would be better just to wait. And I'm so glad that I did, because this game is phenomenal. I had a really bad opinion of it for some reason on the PS2, and then getting it on PS4, I was like, wow, I was really wrong. I love the characters, especially Baltier and Fran. They're amazing. And Vaughn is awesome too. There's a lot of really great characters in the game, but especially Baltier. He reminds me a lot of myself. Very sarcastic and dramatic, and I love that. So it's really sweet, the customizable characters and the world, the design. And I also grew up on the Final Fantasy Advanced Tactics games, so it's cool to return to, I want to say, Ivalice? Isn't that right? Yeah, the world of Ivalice. It's kind of, just has that feel, and I love it. So I definitely recommend it if you've never played it. Next we have Final Fantasy 15. Of course, being a Final Fantasy fan, I absolutely had to get this when I heard about it. And this is one of those games that has been announced and been heard about for a very, very, very long time. I want to say it even was called Final Fantasy Versus 13 or something like that at one point in time before it became Final Fantasy 15. I had to get it. And I have a very probably unpopular opinion about this. I'm really not a fan. I have mixed opinions, you know? It's this great open world game. It has a really big grandiose story. I 150% adore Noctis. I think he's an amazing protagonist. I'm just like obsessed with that character for some reason. But I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. My really good friend Mike gives me the hardest time about my opinion about this game. So I promise Michael I will pick this back up and I will give it another chance. I know that it's only right. Maybe it just wasn't the right time to get into it, but I am going to try it again, give it another chance because I love Noctis so much, so I really want to see what the hubbub about this game is all about. Next we have Game of Thrones. My girlfriend Liz got this for me. I want to say it was for my birthday like 2 years ago. I'm not sure, I don't really remember. But not really a fan of it. I really haven't played it. I just couldn't really get into it. Never really had a desire to pick it back up. Sorry, Liz. But yeah, it's just kind of been sitting. I never really got into it, so I don't really have much to say about it. So next up we have Injustice 2. I had the first one on PS3, and so naturally I wanted to get the second one. I have mixed feelings about it. I like it. I do. I like the characters, but at the same time, compared to my other fighting games, I'm not a fan. However, I recommend it. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely worth picking up if you don't have it, but it's not my favorite by any means. King of Fighters 14. I love the King of Fighters series. I've played so many of them. I can't even believe there's 14 of them. It seems ridiculous. I got this game. I have fond memories of pretty much every game, but I got this game. My mom bought it for me when I had surgery, and so I got to put a ton of hours into this during that week of recovery, and I absolutely love it. It's a really great game, a lot of fun, biggest roster ever, and me and my friends have had a really great time kicking each other's butts playing this game, so I definitely recommend it. I love it. Another game that I got for Christmas, I think last year, The Last Guardian. I really enjoyed Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, and so I thought that I really enjoyed The Last Guardian too, and I really do. I think it's a really interesting game. It's really beautiful just to look at alone. It's like a work of art, and I love the dynamic between the young kid and the creature. I can't even remember his name. It doesn't tell you on the back. I don't remember his name, but I love that, and the puzzles and exploring the castle, the dungeon or whatever it is, the tower. So it's really interesting. If you like that kind of game, if you like puzzle games, if you like adventure games, and games that you have to work collaboratively with like an AI, it's really, really cool. And especially if you're a fan of Shadow of the Colossus or Ico, it's really awesome. So it's a really interesting game. Oh man, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So if there's one thing that you know about me, it's that I am a ridiculously big Marvel vs. Capcom fan. So of course, when they announced Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I was all over that. However, this game has been one of the most controversial games, I think, of 2017. Capcom, I don't know what you're doing, dude, but I don't know. I have mixed opinions, you guys. The game itself, at its core, as a fighting game, it's very, very good. It's so fast, it's so fluid. The freedom to be able to kind of create your own combos and play with the different character combinations and all this kind of stuff is amazing. However, on an aesthetic perspective, you know, graphically, it's not very strong. The roster tanks. It's just not good. DLC-wise, they're bringing some life to it, but at its core, at its base, it's just blech, blech, blech. So I was kind of disappointed. However, that being said, at its core, is this a great fighting game? It absolutely is. My friends and I have put tons of hours playing this game, playing against each other, and so I 100% recommend it. However, don't come into it expecting just this massive roster with, you know, a lot of different modes and things, because it's pretty bare bones. But if you like fighting games, it's definitely one to check out. Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 10, don't really know. But I got this when I got my PS4 that Christmas, and I absolutely love it. I'm a really big Mortal Kombat fan. I've pretty much played all of them in the series, and I mean, this in my opinion is the best one to date. I love the variation mechanic. I love the roster, despite some of our fan favorites being cut. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's one that I do pick up still from time to time, and if you haven't played it, you absolutely should. And I believe the Complete Collection is out too, so you'll be able to get all the DLC characters, all the costumes, all the extra stuff, all in one package. So that just seems like a no-brainer. It's really fun. You should definitely pick it up. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I am a huge Koei fan and Warriors fan. I've played the Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors series since I was a little kid. And then being a fan of One Piece, the show, I thought, what a perfect happy marriage to bring the series together. And it 100% was worth it. It's so fun, it's so addicting, it's so over the top and ridiculous. If you like that kind of game where you just run around and you just obliterate armies and thousands of enemies, it's 100% the game for you, and I definitely recommend it. It's not for everyone because not everybody likes anime. If you like the over the top anime craziness, then you will definitely like this game. Overwatch. Of course I have Overwatch. Who doesn't have Overwatch, really? It is like the poster child of popularity for the last 2 years, or however it even came out, I don't even remember. But I definitely love this game. I still pick it up from time to time. I love the different characters and how individual and unique every character is. I'm not a shooter fan. As you've seen, there's no Call of Duty, there's no nothing like that in my collection. I'm just not a shooter fan. However, what drew me to this game was the differences between the characters, and even if you're not a shooter fan, to be able to play as a character that feels right for you is what makes this game so alluring and addicting. So I 110% recommend Overwatch, and they're still supporting this game pretty much for free. I mean, you can buy loot and stuff, but pretty much free updates, and actually there's one coming out tomorrow, so I definitely recommend picking up Overwatch. Resident Evil 4, another long-time fan of the Resident Evil series. I had Resident Evil 4 on PS2, and just like Final Fantasy 12, kind of was just a bad time. I never really got into it. I never put enough time into it. I started to play it and never finished it. So I saw this at GameStop for like 20 bucks or something, and I was like, I love my PS4, I love the graphics, so I was like, we'll just pick it up and give it another go. Phenomenal. Literally phenomenal. I love Leon. He's probably my new favorite Resident Evil protagonist. This game is just got the greatest mix of creepy and, you know, well, that's pretty much it. It's really fun, and it's definitely one of the best Resident Evils in the series to date. So 100% recommend picking it up on whatever console you have. It doesn't have to be PS4, but it's definitely a lot of fun on PS4. This Christmas, I got Resident Evil 7 from my parents, and I 150% love it. I'm actually still playing through it. I'm near the end, so don't leave any spoilers in the comment section. I'm playing through with Alyssa and Amanda and Jessica, and we're having a lot of fun. The girls scream, the girls scream a lot, and get taken back by all the jump scares and things like that. So that's made the experience a lot more fun. I love that kind of stuff. I love the story, I love the graphics, I love how dark the game is, and I mean literally dark. It's most of the game is really dark, and you're in this abandoned house and all this kind of stuff. It's really creepy and cool. I really like it. So I definitely recommend Resident Evil 7. It's up there with Resident Evil 4. Those are probably my two favorites. It's a lot of fun, and Capcom, you're doing this series justice. This is amazing. Next on the list is one of my all-time to date favorite video game series of all time, Street Fighter V. I have played Street Fighter since I was a little kid, and I have been the biggest Street Fighter fan for most of my life. So it's no surprise that when Street Fighter V was announced and came out, I got it at launch, I was all about that, and I was ready to go. Admittedly, however, I was not super thrilled when it first came out. There wasn't that many characters, there wasn't an arcade mode, there wasn't a story mode, it was very bare bones, and I was extremely disappointed with that. So it kinda lived on my shelf for about a year. Then I decided that, you know what, I work, I make money, I can decide what I want to do with my money, and I can splurge every now and then. So I decided to invest in the season passes, and add those characters and download the story update. And ever since then, I've been absolutely obsessed. And as you know from last week, I made a video talking about Arcade Edition. I did a Sakura playthrough. So Arcade Edition has just blown my mind and brought so much interest back into playing Street Fighter V. My friends and I have put hours and hours in versing each other, and it's just been a blast. I 100% love this game. I can't recommend it enough. I can't speak highly enough about it. I love everything about it. I don't really have any complaints, and I just am obsessed. It's 100% awesome. So if you don't have Street Fighter V, you definitely need to go out and get it. You can send me an invite or something. We can play together anytime you want, and I'm really excited. I just love it, and I'm just a big fan. Tales of Zestiria. So I am a really big Tales of fan. I've played most of the games in the series as well. Tales of Symphonia is my absolute favorite to date. I know this was out on PS3 too, I'm pretty sure, but I decided to wait because I had asked for a PS4, so I got this for Christmas when I got my PS4, and I really do like it. It's not my favorite Tales of game. I never finished it, and I don't think I got very far either. I don't know why, maybe I just wasn't feeling it or something, but it's pretty good, you know? I mean, it's Tales of, it's what you expect, so it's worth checking out. Taikan 7, another fighting game series that I have followed forever. I remember this Golf Dome thing that I went to when I was younger that had a Tekken 3 arcade booth, and at the time I didn't even know what Tekken was. I couldn't even tell you that's what it was. But I did remember the first time I ever saw a Tekken Tag tournament, the original one, and I was obsessed and I needed it. My mom bought me my PS2 Slim at Walmart one night and got me Tekken 4, and then I got Tekken Tag, and I've had everything since then. Tekken Tag 1 and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and yeah, so is 7 the best in the series? That's up to you to decide. I think it plays very smooth. I think it runs really well. The rage art mechanic is it's okay. It's a little gimmicky. The roster is a lot of fan favorites are gone, so there's a lot of controversy about that. There's a lot of modes that are missing, like arcade mode and whatever, and the story was a little lackluster. But at its core, the fundamentals of this game are very sharp, very clean. It's very much Tekken, and if you don't have a fighting game that you're playing right now and you're looking for something, I can recommend it. I definitely say check it out. And Noctis is coming soon, and that's amazing, so I'm just excited about that. The Uncharted Collection actually came with my PS4. I had all 3 games for PS3. I beat all 3 games. I'm obsessed with the Uncharted series. Nathan Drake is like one of my favorite characters of all time in video game history. He's just absolutely incredible. Naughty Dog is amazing, and this series is great. So I actually admittedly haven't really played the collection because when I got it, I wasn't really ready to play through it again, but I definitely will one day. Which leads me to Uncharted 4. Absolutely love this game. Definitely cried at the ending, just feeling like the legacy of this series has come to an end in the most perfect way, but I still feel like they'll make number 5 or something. You know that they're gonna do something. Without spoiling anything, I'm not telling you anything about what happens, but this is a beautiful game. It looks beautiful, it plays beautiful, the story's beautiful, it's just beautiful. So you gotta check it out. If you don't have Uncharted 4, why? Just why? Why? Warriors All-Stars. As I mentioned before, I'm a big Koei fan and Warriors series fan, so I definitely picked this up. There's a lot of games, or there's a lot of there's a lot of characters in this game that I've played their game of origin, so I recommend, what's wrong with me? I recognize where they're from, and that kind of is nostalgic. However, not really a big fan. I don't really like it. And last but not least, World of Final Fantasy. I got this for Christmas from my mom and dad a couple years ago. I think it's really cute and really charming. It's not my favorite game ever. It's not my favorite Final Fantasy ever. But is it worth playing? It is worth playing. It's funny. It makes me laugh at times. And I like the Pokemon-esque mechanic of collecting the monsters and collecting the different whatever they are and training them and stuff. So I definitely recommend it. So that's it, guys. That's my entire PS4 collection. It's still growing. It's still being added to. I absolutely love my PS4. I'm actually going to be adding Dragon Ball FighterZ this Friday, and I'm looking into getting Monster Hunter World because I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan, and also, you know, Spider-Man, Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a ton of PS4 titles coming out this year. So I'm super excited about all of that. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching my PS4 collection, and let me know what you're into in the comments. What kind of games you recommend. If there's something that's not on my list that you think I should check out, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell down here to stay notified when I upload a video. I do upload every Monday for Matt Muns Monday, but I've been doing a lot of extra videos and I have a lot more surprises coming soon. Don't forget to let me know for my last video if there's a character that you want to see me play through Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. I'll be sure to do that. Let me know also in the comments what console collection, if you liked this video, that you'd like to see me do next time, and I'll be happy to share my collection with you. So until next time, guys, this has been a Matt Muns Monday. Thank you for spending it with me. Thank you for watching and starting a conversation together, learning more about me, learning more about you. I'm excited that you're here, and I can't wait to see you real soon. Until next time.